So my name is Olivia Hutton. I'm a second-year medical student at the University of Colorado, and I'm going to talk to you today about our project incorporating Cochrane skin reviews into Wikipedia articles. So you might ask, why is Wikipedia important for dermatologists? And we know now that patients are increasingly going to the internet first before seeking any medical attention for their skin problem or other health problem. And so what this means is that often the internet is the patient's first exposure to information about their problem. And so we also know that when a patient searches, like in a Google search for a skin condition, Wikipedia, the corresponding Wikipedia article is going to be among the top results for that condition. So it's very likely when you have a patient who has a skin condition, Wikipedia is going to be their first source of information. And one problem, of course, with the internet is that we don't always know if the information that people are looking at is accurate and if it's evidence-based. So if we can target Wikipedia and make sure that that information is good, accurate, evidence-based, then we can start to reach patients before they even come into the office. And so Cochrane actually recognized the importance of Wikipedia, and in 2014 they started the Wikipedia-Cochrane partnership. And that partnership aims to increase the accuracy of Wikipedia articles by incorporating more Cochrane review information in those articles. And they've tried to engage every level of the organization with the Wikipedia partnership. So last summer, I and a group of 4 other medical students at the University of Colorado started the Cochrane Skin Wikipedia project. And doing this, we recruited medical students who were working with Dr. Della Valle in our lab, and they were from all over the country. Some of them were visiting medical students. Each of the students was provided with a mentor who was an expert in Wikipedia editing, and they were provided with training modules. So the training modules were on scientific writing and Wikipedia editing in general. And the students found that it was a very valuable learning opportunity. Personally, as a medical student, I found that engaging with the Wikipedia articles and the Cochrane skin reviews and using those resources to create a better Wikipedia article was a great way to sort of become an expert in the subject matter. And I found that I learned just as much from that as I do from some of my traditional medical coursework. So for these reasons, we think that medical students and medical trainees are maybe an untapped resource for Cochrane, and especially for the Wikipedia editing project. And so overall, during the 6 months since we started this project, we've edited about 40 Wikipedia articles, and we've included every single Cochrane skin review that has been published into the corresponding Wikipedia article, at least one. And so this is a lot of exposure for Cochrane skin, and the results of this are we have currently over 7.8 million unique views of the Wikipedia articles that we edited. So these are all views where people looked at the Wikipedia article after maybe a Google search, and in reading it, they would have been exposed to the Cochrane review information. So I think this is a really good way to increase the public exposure to Cochrane reviews, and also, of course, reach more patients and make sure that they're getting accurate information. And for us as medical professionals, it's a really good way to invest a relatively small amount of time and energy and actually reach potentially millions of patients across the world. And so, continuing in our work, we continue to get updates from Cochrane Skin about which reviews are newly published so that we can keep updating Wikipedia. And we're also doing some other sort of public outreach projects, like making blog shots, which are visual representations of Cochrane skin reviews that can be easily shared on social media. And we're also trying to recruit editors to edit Wikipedia in other languages so that we can continue to expand our reach globally, since, of course, not all Wikipedia articles are in English. So if you would like to be involved, we would really like to recruit more editors for Wikipedia, and there's a link in the presentation which we can probably get to you. And that goes to a training module so that you can quickly learn about the project and start editing yourself or get your students and your trainees involved as well. So thank you so much for your attention.